Hi guys. Okay, so don't mind my face. I tried to do a different makeup look and it stained my face purple. So if I look crazy, this is all I wanted to deal with. So my last video I posted, which will be like up here somewhere, me and my friends all went up for a day trip to Boulder to do like a little photo shoot thing. That was super fun. Photos and videos and stuff are in that video, but if you want to see like the photos, they're on my Instagram, which will be somewhere down there. And at the end of my video, I said that I would talk about our like almost kidnapped sex trafficking story. So that's what this video is. I'm gonna like take you through that and see how this is gonna go. Basically, for that day, to kind of like walk you through what we did. We met up in the morning, we went and got Starbucks, I'm pretty sure, and then we went to that little French cafe, which was super cute. And then afterwards we went to Wonder, and then we went, I forget where we went to eat, to be honest, but we went somewhere. And then we hung out for like a really long time. And what we like to do is at the end of the night, instead of like just going home and going to someone's house because we like to be loud sometimes, we went to McDonald's to get just like a late night snack, because in our town McDonald's is the only place that stays open super late at night. So we went there, we went through the little drive-through and got some snacks, and then we just sat in the parking lot for like ever. We just sit there and talk and like whatever, and I didn't want my gas to run out, so I turned off the car and we unrolled the windows and we were just like listening to music and hanging out. Nothing crazy, like we were just talking. And then we noticed something. Well, I noticed something, and okay, wait, I have a good idea. Hold on, I can show you. All right, I'm back. So basically what happened was we all pull in here and we go through the drive-thru. We're eating our snacks. We come around and we park right there. That's where we park. And we're just hanging out, talking, windows down, cool kid's car, what's up? And then it's also like 1 in the morning, right? Yeah, so like something like that. And then the meanie bad car comes over here, and he comes right behind our car, and we don't notice them there for a very long time. They're just sitting there, they're chilling, they're doing their thing. And then, but they're like in the middle of the road, right? And we're obviously blocked in because we can't get out. And I was turning around and I looked behind us and noticed them, but my brain went, oh, they're just passing, or they're looking for a place to park. Which, why would they look for a place to park when literally every single other parking lot is open? So they're sitting there, our windows are open, their windows are open, and I watched them for like a minute maybe because everyone's talking, and I go, wait guys, shut up, be quiet, someone's behind us. And they were eavesdropping on us is what I found out. So we immediately started freaking out. Well, originally my first instinct was to get out of the car and yell at them, but that was a terrible idea, so I did not do that. We turned on our car and pretended that we were gonna back up so that they would move away. So we did that, and we started to back up a little bit, so they were forced to move, and then we stopped, we didn't back up, and we thought like, okay, they're just teenagers messing around. So they went and they drove all the way over here, and then they just like sat here and they started flashing their lights at us. And then they went around and they kept circling us, going around. Oh no. They kept circling us, going around and around us, like maybe like 3 or 4 times. And then they finally came over here, they stopped, and they parked right here watching us. But the way they parked, these are like diagonal, so their lights were shining right on our car. They were going like that. They were shining their lights at us, which wasn't the most comforting feeling. So we started freaking out, and everyone didn't really know what to do because originally our thought was, okay, we'll just leave and go home. But we were scared that if we went home, I was the driver, I was dropping everyone off, which means that if they were to follow us, they would know where everyone I dropped off lived, which was not good. So we decided not to do that. We didn't go anywhere, but we were still really freaked out. And especially because they were like blocking us in, they were eavesdropping on us. It's, 1 a.m, we're just a bunch of girls. We don't have any defenses, and they're obviously like staring at us, watching us. So then what we do is over the summer, I worked at a fireworks stand where we regularly had to call a non-emergency line, like the police. So I was like, hey man, let's just call the non-emergency line because they're being creepy and this is kind of scary. And I don't know if these are kids just messing with us or not. So it'll be easier to just call the non-emergency line. So basically, then we decided to call the non-emergency line, and it goes like this. You ready? You ready? Oh wait, I need a phone. Wait, what did I say? Pretend my friends are behind me. Hi, me and my friends are a little worried that someone is messing with us or like someone is stalking us because there was a car blocking us into the parking lot at McDonald's. And now they were circling us. Now they're just sitting and watching us. Oh, can you give a brief description of what they looked like? Well, it was 2 boys. They were like, looked to be like 24, 23-ish. And then they were like Hispanic, some kind of colored, I'm not really sure. And I can't see because they have their lights flashed at us. So we can't see into their car very well. I didn't get a great look at them. And you said that they were circling your car and they had you blocked in? And then now they're just sitting and watching you, correct? Yeah, we have a median in front of us, so they were behind us eavesdropping on our conversation, so we couldn't back up. Then we pretended to back up, and they went around and they circled us a couple times and then parked. Now they're watching us and like waiting. We're a little worried. I don't know if it's actually like just teenagers messing with us or if it's just like actually an issue. This is where it takes a turn. So she basically starts getting this tone in her voice where, like someone's scared but someone else is scared, so you're not trying to freak them out more by being scared. So you start to you're like, oh, it's fine. Like you start overcompensating. That's what's happening here. Oh, well, do you need me to stay on the phone with you? I'm going to send people over right now. We're not very far away, so I can stay on the phone with you until they get there. Don't get out of your car. Well, actually, they're here already, so we can hang up. Thanks for the help. Bye. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Oh my god. So she hangs up off the phone, and then we see one cop car come, and they come over here, and then we see another cop car come, and they go over here, and then we see another cop car come, and then we see another cop car come, and then another one, and then another. So basically this entire parking lot fills up with 6 police officers, and they're all surrounding this guy's car. They go up and talk to him, and we just wait in our car until one of them comes over here and he's like, oh my god, what's wrong? Like, whatever. We just tell them what happened before and what issues we were having. And they say that they're going to handle it and all that jazz and that we were free to leave. So we wait for a couple minutes as they go over here to see what was going on. And what we noticed was these people that were going up to the windows to talk to these guys, these people in the car refused to open their door or open their windows. So what happened was they were like knocking on the window, shining lights in, and they were just completely ignoring them. They rolled up the windows and they were not letting these cops talk to them. They were not having it. So we just saw the cops knocking on the window and trying to get in and whatever. And eventually they cracked it this much for the police officer. And then we left. We were getting out of here while they're stuck with the police, so they don't know where we're going. So basically we went back to Sarah's house, and thankfully her mom and her dad were nice enough to let us just hang out and relax for a little bit, because I did not feel comfortable driving home yet. I'm the type of person, in the moment, I'm perfectly calm, and I'm okay, I got this. My mom kicked in, and I was okay, we need to call the police, I was very calm sounding during it, which I was very surprised about.
But then afterwards we went to Sarah's house and I was like shaking like a dog and I was very upset. There was no way I was safely driving home like right after that. I just did not feel comfortable. So she let me hang out for a little bit, which is really nice. But we were talking over all the things that had happened. We were explaining it to parents and friends and whatever who was ever awake to make sure that we let them know we were okay and we weren't, why we weren't home on time. Here's the issue. I don't know if you guys have experience with non-emergency lines, which, by the way, with that kind of situation, I later found out you definitely should have called just the regular police. That was definitely an emergency, because my thinking was I had heard situations where people had like prank called, or the police thought they were prank calling, and you can actually get in trouble for that. You can get fined for prank calling or any kind of like misunderstanding. But if you genuinely feel unsafe, even if the situation isn't actually happening, if you feel unsafe, call the police, because that's their job. They're there to help you. And I was worried about getting in trouble because I didn't want to waste their resources. So over the summer, I did work at a fireworks tent, and we had a lot of issues where we were being like cased for robbery and stuff like that. So we would call the non-emergency line and have them come and check us out at night while we were loading, so that we could have someone watching our back when we were like not looking. So basically, when you call the non-emergency line, I live in Colorado, so this is how it works here. But when you call the non-emergency line, usually all they'll do is they'll add your location to their route. So they go on routes where they go and like look around the town and whatever. So they'll go like point A, B, C, D, whatever, and they'll add us in there. And they'll hang out for like a little while. It depends on like how often you call. Well, they'll hang out. For us, since we had done that a lot, they would stay for like 30 minutes to an hour, or even longer than that sometimes. I'm not really sure, just however long it took us to load. And then they'll be on their merry way. And it's usually only 1 to 2 police. So the red flags that I noticed when we called the police was, first off, in the phone call with the respondent, the police lady, she was perfectly normal sounding in the beginning, and then I just started to describe the situation and where we were specifically, and she was putting on the voice where she was very worried but was trying not to worry us, because the way she started talking, she was like, oh, okay, can you explain that again? Like, can you, do you want us to stay on the phone with you? Da, da, da. Like, she was like overcompensating in a sense to make us feel comfortable, because we found out that this happens a lot apparently, because 6 police officers showed up when we called a non-emergency line, which means that was like a very serious situation, and that means that it's happened multiple times. And something else that I didn't know was when we were all talking about it, Amber, I think it was Amber, brought up the fact that a couple years ago they had issues with a Ross. A Ross got shut down in our town because they were having sex trafficking issues, where it would be men or women. Men would go in and they would follow a pregnant woman or a woman with small children, and they would like put things in their cart, like clothing that would fit them, and they would like follow them out of the store and then take them. And that happened like so much to the point that they had to shut down the Ross. And we basically found out that McDonald's we were at was the new location for that kind of stuff. So us young girls were, not protected. We don't have anything to defend ourselves. We're just hanging out, windows open, car off, in a parking lot at 1 a.m. We were very at risk and we were very easy targets. So that was interesting. We basically found out that was like a sex trafficking thing, which I'm so glad I did not get out of the car, because my first instinct was like, oh, these are boys messing with us. Like, they're just teenagers. And I was gonna be like, go away, but that anything could have happened. Like, do not confront someone if you feel unsafe. Like, if you think there's any risk of something happening, do not be a dumb butt and try to feel confident and like, I'll protect us, I'll fight you, because it will not end well. When we were talking about it afterwards, we were like, they could have had a gun, they could have had like anything, especially if they were planning on taking us. They could have had like who knows what in the car, And I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but like when you were there in the moment, there was something wrong. Like, there was something off. So it was just a really stressful situation. It wasn't great. It wasn't a good time. but we are all alive. We all survived. We're chill. We're good. Don't even worry about it. None of us died. No one's like traumatized, I don't think. But it was a very scary situation. We definitely all learned a lot. We all bought, like, I know Grace bought a taser and what's it called? Pepper spray combo. She got both of those just in case. And like on my wallet, I have one now. I have like this little guy. Don't know how to use it. I got taught how to use it, but I feel like in that moment, I basically put a lot of change in my wallet and I have it on lanyard. So if someone came up to me, I just go, "Foomp," because it hurts. It's heavy. So I don't know, whatever your form of protection is, please use that. Because you never know when it's going to happen. You know, in our town that we're in, it's like, oh, it's a bunch of little white suburban kids. So like what really is going to happen? Like we're not at high risk for anything. But that's places they could target because they want people who will make them more money, you know? So like they will go to those places. I don't know. It was kind of scary. That's all. Oh, also, I never talked about at Boulder in Wonder when we were there. I got choked out by a light. So basically what happened with that, because I did not explain it, was when we were taking these photos, the one where I like had the light above me. So basically we took those photos, whatever, the lights are there, like you can touch them. There was one room where they had a bunch of lights hanging from the ceiling. You can touch them, you can do whatever you want with them, but you do sign a waiver. So if something breaks, you have to pay for it. And unfortunately, I found out those rules actually apply. So basically what happened was I was taking those photos, and after I was done, I was walking forward and let go of it, thinking I was far enough away, but there are a lot, like the weight of them was different than I thought they were. So when I let go, it actually swung down way faster than I thought, and it went like this, and I was still walking forward, so it like hit me in the neck, it choked me. I was completely winded, and then it shattered on my neck. I got a cut on my leg, nothing like serious, but I got a cut on my leg. It shattered. I had like a red mark around my neck, and it was so scary. And I was so embarrassed, and immediately a worker that we were actually like friendly with, we were making jokes with her in the beginning, she came out and she was like, "Did you break this light?" And I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "Did you touch it?" And I was like, "Yes, I touched it before it broke." She was like, "Okay, well, unfortunately, because you said you touched it, that means you have to pay for it." So if I would have said I didn't touch it, I wouldn't have had to pay for it. And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." Like I broke it, like I did. So like I was like, "Yeah, I'll pay for it." And she was like, "Was it a big or a small one?" I had broken a small one. So I was like, "It was a small one, whatever." I had to pay $90 for this little teeny LED ring light. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? $90. It was so expensive, but I was so embarrassed, and like I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. So like afterwards, I'm like overly emotional. I'm just a wreck sometimes, and I'm overly emotional at the worst time. So basically I paid for it, whatever, went back with the girls. They were all just like whatever, hanging out. And I was like, "Hey, I have to pee, I'll see you later." Went in the bathroom. I cried about it because it hurt. That was really scary for me, and I was so embarrassed. And I felt bad because I embarrassed the other girls. They didn't care. They were like, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I just left and tried to be as normal as possible, you know? But like they obviously could tell because like I am very obvious when I cry. I have like Asian eyes, so they swell up and I just can't see, and it was a thing. But we had a good day anyways. Besides the kidnap thing and the breaking the light, we had a wonderful time. We went and had boba. We went and did that. That was super fun. Oh my god. This video is a mess. Okay, I don't know. I need to go to bed. It's in the middle of the day. I need to do something else. Thank you for watching. Oh wait, you ready? I also got this with my friends. Yes, this is Rainy Rodriguez. Hello. thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. I'm trying to get them out faster because I am lazy and busy and I'm stressed about being an RA. I'll see you guys later. Bye.